Hi, everyone. I am Tebo McLean-Timben, a research fellow at eBase Africa. I am excited to be part of Africa Evidence Network Conference to explore best practices that bridge the gap that exists between research, policy, and classroom practices. Most often, educational evidence remains unreported, not influencing what really happens between the teacher and the learners. Today, I'll be presenting on the topic, getting evidence into the classroom, using audit and feedback to improve teachers' practices and learners' outcomes in foundational learning in Cameroon. In sub-Saharan Africa, 9 out of 10 children suffer from basic mathematics problems, and this has led to crises in learning poverty. There exists a best practice, evidence-based practices that can tackle these challenges, but they rarely reach the classroom in ways that teachers can easily implement. Teachers are key drivers of change, but they lack practical instructional approaches to turn evidence into daily practice. Policymakers, parents, and schools often work in isolation. And moreover, there is limited impact of education reforms on learner outcomes. In this study, we had 3 key objectives, which include to strengthen teacher practice by equipping early grade teachers with metacognition and self-regulated learning strategies for mathematics, to use audit and feedback to guide teachers in reflecting on and refining practices while tracking progress, and to foster collaboration among teachers, parents, school leaders, and policymakers to ensure evidence moves smoothly from classrooms to decisions. 3 research questions were formulated, which include, how effectively can teachers integrate metacognition and self-regulated learning into daily mathematics instruction? Does audit and feedback improve teacher confidence and learning outcome? Can this approach foster collaboration among teachers, leaders, parents, and policymakers? A mixed method approach was used in this study, and it was implemented in 5 selected schools with 10 teachers and 366 pupils. For quantitative data, teachers' compliance on 58 self-regulated learning indicators and learner mathematics performance were used. Then for qualitative, feedback from teachers, parents, leaders, and policymakers was gathered through reflection sessions. Conceptual framework, that is the audit and feedback framework. To audit, teachers' practices were assessed using structured evidence-based tools. And then for feedback, we had collaborative reflections with teachers, leaders, parents, and policymakers. Audit criteria. In this study, we developed 58 questions in line with metacognition and self-regulated learning strategies. These 58 questions were arranged under 6 thematic areas, which include reflection and goal setting, planning, monitoring and evaluation, modeling and scaffolding, dialogue and interaction, cognitive load and challenge, and teacher support and continuous professional development. So here we can see cure 1 up to cure 58. That is question 1 up to question 58. Results. In terms of compliance, it was revealed that at baseline, compliance was at 52. Then at midline, there was significant increase to 80. whereas at N-line, there was further improvement to 94%. Then results in terms of gains in specific self-regulated learning practices. It was revealed that there was the biggest leap at the level of planning, monitoring, and evaluation, as it soared from 0 to 90%. Then there was also a remarkable gains at reflection, goal setting, and activating previous knowledge, as there was also an increase from 50% to almost 100%. Then there was a strong foundation at the level of guidance on the metacognitive cycles and identifying challenges, as it stayed consistently strong. Then there was an overall impact as teachers transformed their practice, embedding metacognitive habits into their everyday teaching. Then results in terms of gains in mathematics success rate among learners. It was revealed that there was a sharp turnaround in 2024 and 2025 across all 5 selected schools, in line with the introduction of metacognition and self-regulated learning strategies. The 5 selected schools were as follows. GS Ngeme rose from 42% to 94%. JS Batoke rose from 51% to 87%. Then GPS Botalan from 43% to 89%. GS Mokondange from 38% to 70%. Then GS Wovia from 50% to 80%. In terms of teachers and parents' experience, that is the qualitative data, teachers shared their experiences by making statements such as, "We knew some learners were left behind, but with large classes, it was hard to give each child the attention they needed." This statement was shared during the baseline. Then at N-line, they now made statements such as, "Even the quiet ones are participating now. No child is left behind." Then a parent also shared a view that, "My child now comes home excited to show me what they learned in class." Then to summarize the change across the study, we compared baseline and N-line results, and the data shows dramatic improvement. According to the different domains, teacher modeling, goal setting, reflection routines, self-monitoring, there was a positive change in all these domains. Implications for policy and practice. Findings revealed that classroom evidence can guide teacher training and school monitoring. It also revealed that collaboration among teachers, parents, leaders, and policymakers enhances impact. And moreover, that successful classroom strategies can inform broader policy and district level decisions. Recommendations and next steps. To strengthen the impact of audit and feedback, there is a need to scale audit and feedback circles into teacher training and school monitoring to embed evidence-based practices from the classroom to the system level. There is also a need to integrate self-regulated learning strategies and audit cycles into national professional development frameworks to ensure ongoing data-driven teacher improvement. And there is a need to sustain collaboration across teachers, parents, school leaders, and policymakers to maintain a continuous flow of classroom evidence into practice and policy. In conclusion, audit and feedback bridges the gap between evidence and everyday teaching, creating classrooms where every child can thrive. Thank you for your kind attention. Here is the audit criteria that was used in the studies that's from question 1 up to question 58.